friends, welcome back to my kitchen. We're in the kitchen today because I'm going to show you how to do a seed germination test. A seed germination test is a test that you do on your seeds to see what their germination rate is. What that means is we want to see how many are going to grow. So what we do for this test is we're going to be planting 10 seeds, and we're going to see how many seeds of the 10 that we plant actually sprout. And that's going to give us our seed germination rate. Once we have our seed germination rate, it gives us a really good idea of how many seeds to plant when it's finally time to plant in our garden. So doing this in the winter months is the perfect time to test any seeds that you might question if they're still good or not. So things that will affect the viability or the healthiness of your seeds are things like extreme temperatures. So I'm going to be testing these ones today because I left them in my really hot greenhouse all summer, and then in my really cold greenhouse most of this winter. So these seeds have been exposed to a lot of extreme temperatures, and I just want to see if that has affected them and how. So I'm going to be testing these. I'm also going to be testing these Corsicable seeds. This seed packet was actually harvested by farm kids from these Corsicables we grew this summer. So I'm really interested to see what their germination rate is going to be. So those are the things we're going to test today. The materials you need for your seed germination test are a paper towel, or you could also use cotton balls. We need the seeds you're going to be testing, and we also need some water to dampen the paper towel. And then once we have the seeds planted into this moist towel, we need something to put it in to keep the moisture in. So that can be a Ziploc baggie, or it can be a leftover plastic container like this. Any one of those things will work. All right, so this is how you do a seed germination test. There are a lot of things that can cause seeds to maybe not feel so great, and this is a test you can perform to see how healthy they are. All right, so we're going to take our paper towel, and what we're going to do is I like to fold the paper towel in half, and I'm going to moisten this paper towel by dipping it into a bowl of water. When I dip it into the bowl of water, I'm soaking the whole entire thing so that it's dripping wet. But I don't want it to stay dripping wet. If it stays dripping wet, the seeds will likely rot, and we don't want that to happen. So make sure you really, after you wet the whole towel, make sure you really wring it out to get out any excess moisture. See all that coming out? We want that out of the towel. All right, so now that we did that, we're going to open the towel back up. It's still folded in half. I'm going to take this wet towel, and I'm going to take 10 of the seeds that we're going to be testing. These are Corsicable seeds that kids harvested from some hard shell gourds from last fall. And what I'm going to do is take 10 of these seeds and put them on the bottom of this towel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Of those 10 seeds, I'm going to make sure they're nice and spaced out. Now I'm going to take the top, and I'm just going to fold it right over those seeds. I'm going to make sure the seeds are all covered up. I'm delicately patting on the tops just like I would if I were planting them in soil. And now I have my 10 Corsicable seeds in this moistened towel. This towel is now either going to go in your Ziploc baggie or in your leftover container like this. And this is so important. This is perhaps the most important. Label what we just planted. I'm looking for my Sharpie. Label what you just planted so that you can keep track of the germination rate. So if 5 of these 10 seeds sprout, we've got a 50% germination rate. If 8 of these sprout, we've got an 80%. And if 10 of them sprout, we have a 100% germination rate. So just as a reminder, if you get a low percentage germination rate, it doesn't mean that we don't use those seeds. It just means we need to use a little bit more of them. So if the germination rate on these Corsicables end up being like a 50% germination rate, great. That just means I'll plant double what I usually do. Okay? So Happy seed germinating. Let me know if you have any questions. And I'm so proud of you for farming in these winter months. This is the time to do it, guys. The winter months are the time where you make your plan for the garden season ahead of you. So you're going to be so happy you did your seed germination test now instead of wondering in May if these seeds are going to grow. Okay? Yay you. Proud of you. Let's grow.